with you how I made a huge quantum jump yesterday, which is going to help you too. So through my spiritual awakening journey, I have healed so much trauma, and one of the areas has been working on my money wounds because of how I grew up in childhood. I'm living in a completely different life now, and that's after a lot of healing and consciousness expansion, reprogramming my subconscious mind. And as a content creator and spiritual coach, sometimes I will share my life experiences and talk through the lens of this is who I used to be in childhood and young adult when I grew up with a lot of lack mentality and just not great money mindset because I heard money is the root of all evil. Wait till you get to heaven to get your riches. All these like absurd things that we're told. But then we really start to take them in as our truth, and then that projects out into our reality. So I was on a long drive yesterday and I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about quantum jumping, and it activated something within me because the person was talking about being the higher self to your inner children, the things that I talk about as well. And I was like, you know what? Ever since I was a small child, I always knew I was going to be a millionaire. Ever since I was like very, very small. Okay. And I kept that with me forever and for always. Even if I had quote unquote no money in my bank account, I knew I was going to be a millionaire. And I know that to this day. Like, I have talked to that future version of myself. Like, I've seen myself in that reality. So it's not a question. It's just like, when are we getting there? That's actually something that you feel internally. Like, you have to resonate with that frequency of I am a millionaire, even if you're not seeing it in your external reality yet. And that's how you bring it in. Okay, here's where the quantum jump happened. I was like, okay, there's no time. Everything is happening all at once. So technically I'm a millionaire right now. That means that my inner children were also millionaires, even though they quote unquote grew up in lack in their outer reality. And I was like, I think that talking about my old money wounds and lack mentality, even though that's not me anymore, is keeping them in that past narrative. And I'm speaking that over their existence. Talking to them and I was like, baby, we have always been millionaires. And something like clicked and shifted inside of me, like a paradigm of lack mentality and money wounds just absolutely collapsed, because I was like, we have always been that way and we will always be that way. We were born millionaires. It doesn't matter what's going on in our external circumstances. And so I wanted to share this because sometimes, even though we've grown out of those circumstances, we still talk about how the past used to be. And sometimes that can keep us trapped in those past narratives. And so that's how I quantum jumped.